Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. Real economic driver in this community, as a matter of fact, which is one of the reasons we moved out here, was to bring more profile to it. Cale Sauter joins us right now. He's the public relations and social media strategist for Farm Bureau Insurance. And Cale, what does a social media strategist do?
Well, hi, Chris. And first off, thanks for having me on here. As a social media strategist, it's just one part of my role, but, I monitor all of our public communication channels, make sure we're being responsive, getting content out there, and just kind of sharing the great stories that we have coming out of Farm Bureau Insurance here in Michigan.
Well, and you have a lot of great stories, as a matter of fact, and headquartered here, which is wonderful. You've been in the Lansing community for a lot of years and doing a lot of good. Tell me about yourself. Give me a little bit on your career path.
Sure. Yeah. So I completed my fifth year here last year. So I will be celebrating my 6-year anniversary with Farm Bureau Insurance next month, actually. So that's pretty exciting. Prior to this, I was a communications director at Liquid Web. And before that, I worked at Liquid Web for about little over 5 years also. And then prior to that, I did 10 years working with the House of Representatives down at the Capitol. So a lot of different roles within that. So I won't go into too much detail there, but politics, tech to insurance, the usual jump, right?
That's our community, and that's our business environment. So it sounds like you've got a pretty good eclectic background, which is really valuable in the industry that you're in. I didn't realize you were with Liquid Web, so a couple good friends over there.
Yeah, it was a fantastic place to work. It's really fast paced there in the tech industry, and they're dealing with a global customer base, and this allowed me to focus a little more on the state that I live in, and that was something I was excited to get a bigger focus on, at that point in my career. So I've enjoyed it quite a bit at Farm Bureau here in Michigan.
Well, concluding your 6th year, you're dangerously on the edge of being one of the old guys there. Okay, so just keep an eye on that.
It's funny, when I first came here, though, there's so many people that have been here 30, 40 years because it's such a great place to work. It didn't hit me until I was meeting all of them that I was like, wow, I'm at a place where people actually retire from, and in politics and tech, it's just kind of a constant churn, especially on the political side with term limits. So it's been great actually being somewhere where you hear about people that have got stories from 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Including some of the stuff we're going to talk about here.
Well, the other thing is, because I've had the good occasion to know not only Jim Robinson, but also Don, and even up to the CEO level, it seems to be family and close relationships.
Certainly. Yeah. And I think that's a big testament to why people stick around so long. Yep. Real great family atmosphere. The teams here, are all very close and work great together. Just a really positive environment to work in.
All right. So let's talk about, because you guys do a lot in the community, which is really cool. Let's talk a little bit about America and Me essay contest. What is that?
Yeah, so this is one of the things I was excited to talk about. You kind of mentioned about how long Farm Bureau has been headquartered in Lansing here. So the organization as a whole has been around for over a century here in the state. And the insurance side of it has been going on for over 70 years. So one of the things that we did here, in 1968, Jack Stucco started an essay contest that has been going on so long that I even remember participating in it in 1993, all the way back then. So it was very interesting coming in, and being part of it from this side and, seeing how we give an opportunity for students to think about leadership and who inspires them and, kind of get them in the headspace of, thinking about their own leadership and goals. And then, of course, being able to reward them, our winners each year in a pretty big ceremony here in Lansing. So it's a really positive program that, we try to be active with schools and education and, give back to the community in those ways as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys have done a marvelous job at a lot of things there. You talked about how you honor them. We got about 30 seconds. What does
Sure.
Farm Bureau Insurance of Michigan hope to achieve each year with this?
So, one of the great things is that we give schools and students, they each get $1,000. In talking to some of the teachers this year, it's great to hear about what they were able to do with it. Some were able to go on field trips they wouldn't have been able to otherwise, bought things for their classrooms, things like that. So just giving back to that educational environment, while, giving these students a great day to celebrate here in Lansing as well when we have our big celebration and awards day here.
Well, I'll tell you what, business needs to be involved in their education systems, and you do a great job at that. Cale Sauter, Public Relations and Social Media Strategist at Farm Bureau Insurance in Lansing, Michigan. Thanks for joining us, buddy, and for the good work you're doing.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. You guys do a great job.
We're going to be right back on the Michigan Business Beat. You're watching it on the Michigan Business Network, and I'm still Chris Holman.